The evening of December the 19th, 2007 was bitterly cold. Freezing fog descended on the Clyde as the Flying Phantom nursed the bulk carrier Red Jasmine upstream to her berth. In poor visibility, the tug ran aground. Crew tried to release the towing cable, but it was cut too slowly and the Red Jasmine pulled the tug under. 65-year-old Robert Cameron from Houston, 57-year-old Eric Blackley from Gourock and 33-year-old Stephen Humphreys from Greenock died.
Stephen phoned on the way up the river to the job. He was quite happy, just talked away, and I'm glad we had that conversation. It was a happy conversation.
Bob phoned as well, just about an hour and a half before it actually happened. Just a general conversation, just to say I think when he'd be home that night.
A Marine Accident Investigation Branch report has revealed a catalogue of safety failures. The emergency tow release was too slow and the crew's routine was ineffective. The watertight engine room door was left open and there were no defined procedures when towing in poor visibility. The tug's operators Clydeport were also sharply criticised. Their risk assessment was poor and the system of highlighting safety concerns was fatally flawed. Major safety shortcomings were overlooked because there was no one designated person in charge.
They tested the equipment and the equipment works without a load on, but when there's a load on, that was when the difficulty arose and there was no way of testing it.
The profit and financial considerations outweigh the health and safety implications, as they did in not putting in a fog detection system, which had cost them only £30,000, as it probably did with regard to the pressure in getting the ship up the Clyde as quickly as possible to prevent the ship owners or the charterers of the ship getting a lot of demurrage costs.
Tonight, Clydeport has refused to make any comment.
And Mike Edwards joins us now live from the Clyde, near to the scene of the tragedy. So, Mike, what is the legal situation from here on in?
John, the families and their solicitors are calling for a full public inquiry into the events here that night. They say that the Danish owners Svitzer and the Scottish operators Clydeport should have had better health and safety practices in place. They've called for a fog detection system to be installed here. They say that the very fact that the same tug, the Flying Phantom, was involved in a similar incident with a big vessel here in 2000. It didn't sink, it was struck by the big vessel, but the implementations which were recommended after that didn't happen. They say had they been, the three men would be alive today. They also say that they're looking very closely at potentially a case of corporate culpable homicide. John.
On the Clyde, thank you.